Hey spuddies, Potatomcwhiskey here, and welcome back to Let's Play Civilization 5 in the Vox Populi Mod. Today we're going to be starting a new game, and we're going to be playing as Siam, which you probably already knew, so let's jump right into it. Now, just if you're curious what the game setup is, I will be playing Siam on a Pantheon map of a standard size with a difficulty level of Emperor on a standard game pace, with enabled event systems, no tech brokering, quick movement, quick combat, and no bad events is going to be these settings. Everything else is going to be basically standard, so let's get started. 16 city-states, 8 players, and a 4 billion year world age. So I kind of wanted to try out Rakhamhang. I don't know how to say this guy. Look, he's Siam, okay? I kind of wanted to try them out, not because of their elephants or for their what, but because of their father governs children bonus, which means their influence with city-states starts at 35, and their yields from friendly and allied city-states is increased by 75%. I'm kind of interested. I've wanted to do a proper sort of game where I emphasize my relationships with city-states more, and I figured this was one of the best civilizations to do that with. So let's have a look at our starting location. It's been a bit of a while since I've started a game of Civ 5 in the Vox Populi Mod, so I'm going to probably have a bit of trouble making a decision here. I think I would like to move to the hill. It is very tempting. I think I'm going to scout over here to see if I would miss anything. Okay, I won't pick up anything. I'll move slightly away from the whales, but I'll have the same distance from the furs. It will cost me a turn, but I will be on a hill. I'll still be coastal, and I'll get the jungle cut. I think I'm going to go to the hill. I think it's a reasonable loss of 1 turn for this. For the chop that you get out of the jungle. I'm pretty sure you get a chop out of the jungle. And let's settle in place. Now, the very first thing that we are going to get here is a shrine. I want to quickly get my faith up, because this is a civilization that can actually do a lot of things with faith, especially when it comes to interacting with city-states. Now, we are coastal here, which means fish is a possibility. So we may go trapping. Trapping is a good start. Animal husbandry is less of a good start in the current situation. Now, we're going to want to maybe see if we can get some of these wonders. Now, which wonders are we going to go for? Or which type of empire are we going to go for? Well, if we're going to go for statecraft, I feel like that's mildly mutually exclusive with authority. So it's either progress or tradition. And I'm kind of feeling a tradition game right now. And if we're going to go for a tradition game, then we definitely want to get our way up to the Hanging Gardens at a reasonable pace. So what I might go for is basically go straight for the pyramids into Great Library or something like that. But I think I'm definitely going to go for the pyramids because I want to get the Hanging Gardens because they're extremely good on a tradition game. So we'll just kind of see. But it really depends on the kind of land that we get. So I'll kind of tentatively grab the wheel here because we are on a lot of jungle and bananas can appear on jungle. So that seems like a fairly reasonable decision to make. We'll go for the wheel nice and early. Now, I mean, generally speaking, animal husbandry and trapping are superior choices early. But I feel like since we're on jungle, hitting the bananas would be quite nice. Do a bit of scouting. Okay, we found some ruins. Excellent. That'll probably be a little culture rune that'll pop us out a little bit of culture. Okay, we found cultural artifacts that leave us in awe of our citizens, or leave our citizens in awe of us, rather. Keep on scouting, and we found Genoa, which means we get a bunch of stuff from them. They're down here. We get some happiness from them, we get some other things with us. Now, does that decay? It does decay, which is an interesting thing. Ooh, the Grand Mesa. Ooh, we might try to settle for that. That could be a Petra city over here, which is on the way through the wheel, I believe. No, it's actually through pottery and trapping, so getting the Petra might not be the thing to do here. I'll take double movement in forests and things like that. We'll go up onto this. Do you know what? There is a little bit of a Petra city here. Ooh, I should have met this city-state. So I'm thinking I could settle a Petra city like right there. Wouldn't be bad, has plenty of access to hills, would get a natural wonder. So we're probably going to rush out a settler here as our next thingy. Singapore, another chunk of gold. I think I may purchase a warrior here, nice and early, to see if we can do some stuff with that. Here is Morocco. Nice to meet you, Morocco. Kind of scouting down here in the not so good territories and lands, but it'll be fine. I think I'm going to come back up now. Let's go ahead and grab ourselves... I would love to get a monument because that'll get me my social policies a little bit quicker. I don't really have any tiles to improve or choices to make with regards to which tiles I want to use. So I think I'm going to leave this the way that it is. And instead, I think I'm going to... I'm kind of at a loss here. Do I want to go for the monument? I don't really have any improvements to make, so I don't think a worker is a viable choice at this point in the game. I would maybe like to get a warrior. It looks like since I updated, some of the descriptions have gotten a bit weird, but it'll be fine. Monument. 11 turns for a monument. Let's go for a monument. Getting early social policy momentum is really, really useful, particularly on tradition. Tradition is a very momentum-heavy build. So there's 4 possible religions that can be founded, so that's something we're going to want to kind of keep in the back of our mind so that we can not get caught out not getting a religion. I would really like a religion. I think I could live without a religion, but it would be really good because I could pick something that would give me a lot of benefits for being friends with city-states. And I think we want to go for statecraft this game. Now, it is the weakest of the 3 that are available in the sort of medieval era, but I believe just for this particular civ that we're playing, I think it has a lot of sensible... I think it makes a sensible choice. Okay, so we're going to pick up pottery here because we want to get our granary up, or we want to get a settler up as soon as possible so that we can get a settler out down here. Now, let's go ahead and grab a warrior. I think I'm going to hold off on buying the warrior until I absolutely need to, so that I don't have to pay the upkeep for the warrior. I'm no longer friends with these guys, but that's normal. Okay, good. I like it when the Pathfinders get the skill that lets them travel through forests nice and quick, because it lets you scout the map relatively quickly. Ah, another ruin. Excellent. Let's hope I can nab that ruin. And another ruin. Ooh, we got a population out of that. That's excellent as well. So we'll go grab this ruin too. We'll go into the next turn. We're only a few turns here from getting our monument. Well, I say a few turns. We're like 1 turn away from getting it. But once we get it, that'll speed this up. Now, somebody did found a Pantheon, which is disconcerting, but it's not the end of the world. There's a crudely drawn map. And a barbarian encampment. And there's Brussels. I think we want to go meet Brussels because they will provide me with culture. We're getting thingies now. An early council can actually be very, very useful. So I'm going to quickly nab that. I'm going to pay money because I'll still be able to buy a warrior by the time I can build a settler. That'll sync these 2 up nicely. And that extra +1 science can actually go quite a long way in your empire. A lot of people don't realize that, but it shaves a lot of turns off your early science. So that's why I went for that. I'm going to take survivalism and survivalism to help keep my scouts alive outside of my territory. And we're going to go up and meet Brussels and then see if maybe we can sweep down here and find something else. I'm feeling pretty isolated right around now. I think Morocco is probably up in this direction, maybe. Up in this sort of area. That's sort of the impression that I got. And there's Brussels, and they will give me a little bit of culture here. And I'll be 1 turn away from getting my first social policy. I think this is definitely a tradition game. Is it though? I have a lot of room for settling. I mean, it could absolutely be a progress game. I think I'm going to go tradition. I just want to do like 4 or 5 cities at most. I think I'll do like 4 cities. There's Persia. One of them will be over here trying to grab the Petra. Okay, we do need to be careful because Genoa is trying to steal the thing that we want. So let's get a settler started right away. So could we purchase a tile here? That would give us more production. Looks like the answer is no. Now, unfortunately, we are building a settler really close to growth, but I think that's important enough to get this early so that we can grab the Grand Mesa. The Grand Mesa would give me huge benefits. I'm going to go for the pyramids after that, and then Petra soon. Stonehenge was built far away. That's to be expected. Stonehenge usually goes fairly early into the game. I'm going to swing down here, see if I can find some stuff. And we'll go into our next turn. I don't want my scout to get caught up here. I'm going to fortify on him and see if he can take a level up off getting hit by these guys. I don't know if he can. He took some damage. I'll have to fortify him here just to take hits. Okay, go back this way and see if you can escape. He's probably dead, but we might escape. Yeah, that's a good tile. Nice one. 2 turns away from our thingy. I'm hoping he can get away with getting... okay, I lost my Pathfinder. Unfortunate, what can you do? We're 1 turn away from our next social policy, which will be really, really nice. Alrighty, I can adopt my policy. Now, there's always a difficult choice here. I think I'm going to go for the faith. Usually I go for the production, but I think I'm going to go for the faith here to help secure my religion. Because that'll get me that religion a few extra turns. It'll shave a few turns off getting the religion. Oh, you know what? I should have bought my warrior this turn. I snuck it in there. Nice one. I just snuck it in as the turn transition happened. So let's move these guys. Oh no, I didn't quite sneak it in. Well, let's be brave and move our thingy on his own. So what is the Pantheon that we want to go for? Well, tradition has a lot of really good options. So for example, the Goddess of Fertility is really, really good for a tradition game. There's also some other ones. For example, the God of Commerce is really nice. The Earth Mother. I don't really have many Earth Mother. I don't really have many plantation text that I can see either. I think this is almost certainly going to be something along the lines of maybe a God King game or something. I think Goddess of Fertility here has potential. Because Shrines, Watermills, because it's +2 food and +1 faith in all cities. +1 happiness from cities on rivers. I will be settling on rivers. At least a few rivers. So that's another option. The Goddess of Renewal is also really good. I think I'll just go for the Goddess of Fertility here. Because it's straightforward and it gives me an extra faith right away. So we're 160 turns away from getting our empire-wide Great Person. And we're going to grab the... I don't think I need to build a worker right now. Can I do trapping? I haven't got trapping, so I can't place camps, so that's not really important to me. What can I do? I'm going to put 2 turns into a granary, and then I'll get started on another settler once the city grows. But I just wanted to get this settler out here as fast as possible so that I could purchase the Grand Mesa. Because it's an extremely valuable tile. And I'm hoping I can get to it before Genoa gets it. I'm going to be kind of bummed out if I don't get it. Okay, my city grew. Let's grab the... Let's grab another settler. That extra +1 science is paying itself off quite nicely, I would like to think. Calendar, Herbalist, Brazil Wood, and Plantations. So I think we made the decision to settle right there, and we'll be able to settle there next turn and then purchase the Grand Mesa. So we have Calendar, so we can make the pyramids. I think it's safe now to switch to the pyramids. So how much would this net me? This would net me 25%. Which is 185 multiplied by 25% is how much? It's quite a decent amount. So let's get started on the pyramids. Then we're going to want Petra as soon as possible. So please let me get this. Come on. If I could get this, it would be amazing for me. The early yields would be insane. Ah, yes. Okay. I think it's pretty obvious here that we go for Shrine. And we're 8 turns away from getting the engineer thingy. We're generating 13 culture this early into the game. That's actually pretty insane. If we go into the culture checker... Yeah, look at that culture I'm making. Damn. Do we have any missions? Let's see. They want me to generate a great artist. They want me to generate a great admiral. And they want me to find Ethiopia. Well, probably very few of those are going to actually get done. So I'm trying to think where my next city is going to be. It's probably going to be relatively close to my capital. Something that overlaps a little bit, like over here maybe. Right on this river tile. Not too close to the coastline. Coasts are good, but I don't think they're necessary. Why don't you snake your way back? Ooh, we do have a banana tile. Although banana tile didn't seem to actually improve this. Interesting. Alright, well, that's just the way it is. Borders of Sukhothai have grown. Let's bring you back to defend the city. So I'm hoping once I get the thingy-majiggy. Now, curious why you wouldn't work this. That would be definitely a workable tile from my perspective. And you're working mostly food. Alright, well I guess I could give this back to this city, but that city isn't even interested in working it, so I'll take it for this city. And I'll get that extra +1 gold per turn. You might say that +1 gold per turn isn't a huge amount, but hey, it's +1 gold per turn that I didn't have otherwise. I'm going to put you in Fortify here until the pyramids are finished. We'll go into our next turn. Once we get the Hanging Library, we might want to go for something akin to the... Ouch, go away. Once we get the Hanging Gardens, we might want to go for like the library up here. I could beeline straight for the Great Library and see if I could get it, and then go back for mathematics. I mean, that wouldn't be a terrible idea entirely. Wonder building is like the thing that you do on tradition games, as far as I know. Okay, there's archer, deer, fish, bison, and camp. Now this actually got longer to build somehow. Interesting. I'm going to actually invest in it and save the 7 turns. And push it up to the top. And hope that we can get it nice and quick. Move this guy up here to fight them. We've got one more turn until we get our engineer specialist from our social policies, which is going to be exciting. Because it's going to make us get +3 production. And the engineer slot will be worked, which will bring this down to 6 turns, which is a really fast wonder. Just really hope I can get it. There's the kill, nice one. And the next city is going to be settled over here. I need to be careful about my happiness and my my other stuff. Ah, we did actually find some fish in here, so I'm quite happy about that. Those are good tiles. That maybe explains why our production went down in the city. I'm going to go ahead and take shock here and then fortify until healed. We got 4 turns on the pyramid. I'm thinking maybe 5 city tradition. I think 5 city tradition would be reasonable here. With the land that we have. I'll see how many I go for. The more settlers I build, the weaker my capital is, which is the kind of downside that I need to be careful about balancing. Yeah, the more cities I build, the worse my capital is. So that's kind of that's like a careful point of balance you have to kind of walk a fine line on when you're considering. Like, what would I be settling for over here? Really just to be close to my capital. I think I would actually maybe be better off settling towards the marble, but I want to be near myself. So I'm thinking right here on this tile is where my next city goes, and then there'll probably be one more city maybe over here somewhere, like above the wheat. And then we'll kind of see if we want to go for another one. Now they do want a barbarian post cleared. So I may pay the gold for that, but I did buy the pyramids up. Which I thought was a fairly reasonable move. Ah, somebody got Petra. That's mildly upsetting. I didn't quite beeline it like I should have maybe. But it's not the end of the world. This is still a good city. It's just not a extra good Petra city. It's still... I think it's still really, really good. And I'm happy about it. Because I got this really, really early culture boost. So let's bring this warrior back. I can't really buy... I could... If I could afford a Pathfinder, I would buy one. Do I go 5 settler here? Maybe. Okay, I'm going to settle right here because it has decent land. Okay, there's a caravan market and a trade route. We're going to want to get that trade route up ASAP. Get our shrines up, nice and quick. Again, because we only have about 50 turns to get our religion. Religions are going to start getting founded here, not in the not too distant future. So I think we go for writing here. Try and go for the Great Library. Got 12 turns. We might be able to squeeze out another settler before we have to get the Great Library. Before we get that, so that might be something we go for. Let's move these closer together. I think I might settle out over by here. Like right there, because that'll provide me a nice defensive line with my capital. It'll give me an extra spot to shoot from. We'll think about that one. So let's quickly grab another settler. Take me 8 turns, and that'll get me it before writing becomes a problem. So I'm focusing on faith right now. And I'm hoping that works out for me. I'm going to need workers soon. That's almost certainly true. Yeah, I like the idea of settling over there, but I think I want to be near my capital. So I think right there is actually the reasonable spot. And I think tradition lends itself to settling really dense, closely packed cities. So let's cross the river. And we'll go into our next turn. I hope your caravan gets... excuse me. I hope your caravan gets pillaged, nerd. Friendly trade was plundered. Ah, I got my wish. So let's keep moving on here. We've got another settler coming out in 5 turns. Muang Saliang. Now, unfortunately, they are pillaging my culture and stuff like that, which will slow down my acquisition of social policies, but I am not too cut up about it. We're also getting great artist points, which will actually trigger some friendliness from these guys. We're going to want to build a small military to see if we can deal with some of these problems. Another shrine. Another day's work. He pillaged me again. He stole culture. We'll go into our next turn. I might try to build an archer in my capital. So the mausoleum has gone the way of someone else. That's okay. I can live with that. Why don't you pull back and heal? So we actually can't move on with this settler until... Oh wow, he insta-purchased that. Interesting. Or else he had like a little mini culture pop. Let's go straight for an archer. Yep, I can't really move with the settler yet, so I'm just going to hang tight. We'll shoot there, that'll kill him. Okay, so that was Songhai who declared war on me. Thankfully, I do have enough money to buy a warrior should I need to defend myself. Let's move this way. Yep, I will accept an embassy from you. That +1 gold will be nice. Let's go this way and meet up. And we'll go into the next turn. Shrines are finishing everywhere. I was really hoping for more. But it doesn't seem like I'm going to get much more faith. Some of my cities are growing. Once these shrines finish, they will give me a decent amount of faith once they finish. But we're still 124 turns away, and there's only like 20 turns until religions start popping off here. We do get a social policy right now. This will give me science, and councils will provide extra science. There we go. Sort of thing I was hoping for. So we have an archer now. That'll help us defend ourselves. I think I'm going to settle right here. And start a shrine as well. And we'll go into our next turn. And these are the 5 cities. They're not the most amazing cities I've ever seen, but they are my 5 cities that I'm going to try and win the game with. They're well positioned for defensiveness because they can support each other pretty well, I feel. And over here we got a shrine. Excellent. So that's going to bring this down to 75 turns. Let's grab a caravan. I think it's also time to get workers. But you need to focus on buildings. I think I'm going to do stuff... Well, I can't really do workers in my cap. So we may as well get started on workers in here. Why is your production so low? I guess you just don't have many production tiles. Well, get your monument. Go ahead and fortify. Interesting that Songhai declared war on me. I mean, it's not totally unexpected because of his personality of a warmonger. Let's go ahead and buy a warrior over here. So that we can start clearing out this barb camp. A warrior and an archer seems to be good enough to take out a barb camp, I feel. Okay, first religion has been founded. Not exactly what we were hoping for. There's writing. In the classical era. Let's go ahead and get the Great Library. Shoot there. Move along. Move along. Choose production. Let's go ahead and make our way to the Hanging Gardens. Walls. It might be important to get walls on the way, so I'll just grab animal husbandry and we'll make that decision as we move along. Mutual embassy seems like a reasonable deal to me. We also need to start... yeah, we definitely need workers. Definitely feeling the worker crunch. Okay. You come along here. We've got a shrine. We're down to 50 turns. Let's grab workers. We need them. Okay, Great Library was finished elsewhere, so we're just going to grab a worker in our capital. After we finish that granary, because we've already put so much production into it. Let's attack there. We'll end turn. This guy will get a level up from attacking. He'll attack twice, and then the archer will shoot. So, archer shoot. You attack again, you'll get a level up. Choose production here, we got a granary. Let's get some workers out. Looks like there was a bunch of furs over here that we probably could have got a monopoly on if we had settled a little bit more aggressively for them. But I think we have enough of the furs to get a monopoly if we check 6 global happiness, so we might be able to get that. Let's go into our next turn. We're building some workers and some shrines. I think I'm going to go for a scrivener's office fairly early so that I can make friends with these guys. It's partially why I'm attacking here. Let's go ahead and take the shock promotion and heal up. There is a spearman there. Okay, that's reasonable. Let's keep going. I think we're off to an okay start. We have been declared war on, but we're not being threatened at all. This guy's hanging around looking to see if he can get a snipe on this on me. This Morocco Pathfinder. So let's see if we can quickly swing up and grab the Hanging Gardens. Once we get shrines, we're probably going to focus on focusing on getting libraries. Geneva just declared war on me, which is an interesting thing to happen. But at least I know where Geneva is now. And over here, we finished a shrine. Grab your council. I'll kind of micromanage my buildings in the early game. A little bit. But I tell you what, that's going to be it for this episode. I want to thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you guys are enjoying this series so far. I'm pretty excited about this to see if we can win a tradition game. I don't want to do one of those big, huge Empire games. I think I've had enough of those for now. So, thank you guys very much for watching. Remember to subscribe, like, and comment, all that jazz. You know how it is. Other than that, though, I want to say I love you all very much, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.